Okay, so again, the same Affinity player, Pulse in 007, and I yeah I like it because I have lock and whatnot. I know my opponent's on Affinity, but I want to try to get pure testing data. I want to act like I don't know what my opponent's on, and for that, I like this hand. I do have a black source and a green source. Quarter's good if they're playing Tron. Fair's good for life gain, and I can probably dig into a bridge real quick. And even if they have discard, it's still not a bad hand. Yeah. So kind of a slow hand. Now, what's interesting here, the opponent kept his no creatures. I mean, they have Blink Moth Nexus, which I guess is okay, but they don't have a way to play their plating because they don't really have two sources of mana. Now they do. I don't know why they played that Opal. It seems silly to me. And I thought it was weird that they played a plating before a creature. I didn't realize that they just didn't have a creature. Because the idea that they would keep a hand with no creature was just completely foreign to me. But I guess technically Nexus is a creature. Kitty kitty. Yeah, they said they wanted to play that to try to get it out of their hand before I Inquisition. And I explained that if I had Inquisition, I would have played a first turn with that Marsh. So now it's time to I go ahead and mill because I know that they're on just these 2 mana. So I figured that these are going to be. I don't think I saw them draw that Galvanic Blast, but I figured they're 3 drops. Um, and if they can't play the 3 drops, that buys me a little bit of time. So I go ahead and I mill, make it so they don't draw the 2 drop creature, and then I go to Stirrings. And my best choice is Bell. Yeah, it's a revival. Ooh, excuse me. Ruins, Inquisition, and Fair. Or Marsh. Yeah, whatever. And they're not playing as champion. They do hit me. So now I know the champion, but I don't know the blast. Go ahead and mill, get rid of that blast. Because I have like a pretty hard lock here, so. And this is where I try to figure out what's in their hand, that last card. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm explaining. Alright, so now I know the only last 2 cards in their hand are 3 drops. I have a decent amount of time here. Go ahead and Stirrings, and I grab a bridge, and that's going to be it. So game 2, this time they did keep creatures, and it's not bad too. Signal Pest and Ornithopter with plating. It's a decent hand. I have to mold this because no lands. So I do 1 land, and I go for the Scry because I can operate off a 2 land if I can get a black source. And I believe I scry a Codex Shredder to the bottom. Yeah. So now I'm looking for a colored source so I can Inquisition, then Brutality, and then if I'm lucky, 3rd land, play Bridge. So that's a decent start. And I draw Marsh. So Inquisition, grab that plating. I still have to worry about the Pest and the Ornithopter, but I got Brutality in hand. Yep, take a little bit of damage. Now here, I go ahead and play out these first. Because if I play bridge now, like if they have artifact destruction, they just kill it. I'd rather play these first because they probably don't have what's it called? Discard. Sometimes they run it from the side, but so I should be able to just play bridge next turn, and I can also try to lure out any artifact destruction towards the needle. And I name plating first because that's usually correct. Yep. So I do take some additional damage still. I think they could have gotten an extra point of poison in on there by activating this and then giving it. Oh no, they couldn't. No, because they'd have to pay 1 to activate and then pay 1 and tap it. Yeah, they couldn't have done it. Okay. And I'd forgotten to start doing Pixis earlier, so I started doing it now. So brutality to get information. And they play the Ethereum, Master of Ethereum. I keep the mana open this time to sack the fair and go get my lantern. Fair really helped this deck. And I think I should have done Pixis before I did the fair for the lantern. Because when I searched for the lantern, I took a good look at what I had in my deck to try to figure out what these were. But I couldn't figure it out, which is funny. Here's a Ravager. Now, my opponent remembers that whole trick about sacking Master to Ravager so they can still swing under. So I got to be careful about that. But I do have a seal on top, so I'm feeling pretty good. Now, they start sacking stuff here to build up Ravager and whatnot to try to attack for an alpha or whatever. And I tell them, like, I think you're playing that wrong. Because if they draw an Ether Grid, then all those artifacts are gone. They can't use them for Ether Grid. So I let them take it back. Because they can't swing for alpha this turn anyways. What's the point of sacking for Ravager? No point at all. Their best line is just to wait it out. And swinging, I mean, they could try to swing for an alpha now, but, you know, what are they going to, it's not going to kill me. Because they could have, done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. I would just mill that. Yeah. So Ruins is online. Nothing in my graveyard to recur though, but I do have a Needle next. And I see it at the grid on top. I could have milled, but and what's interesting here is like I could have done the Pixis, and I have the 7 mana to sack Pixis, and then I could bring it back with Ruins. But I wanted to be sure that I was good to go. So force the opponent to sack the Master now for Ravager. And I name the grid because it's on top. I still have plenty of time before Ravager does anything. Yep. Grab a Shredder. So the lock is you know, the Stranglehold is getting stronger here. Yeah. Needle. Name Ravager. So it shuts that off now. And I gotta Pixis next. And that's gonna, yeah. And that's it. So 2-0 Affinity. It's a ridiculously good matchup for me. So, or for Lantern. But, alright.